Yo, what's going on, people? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. In a wild time of pandemic and quarantine, esports going online, we have seen some crazy things. One of the crazier things that I've wanted to touch on for a couple days now, that's going to be Big Clan from the Counter-Strike Global Offensive scene. One of many going to online play, and one of many seeing some tremendous things. That being Big Clan, by the way, formerly 6 months ago, a newer roster as well remade. Alongside that, number 46 in the entire world in that short 6-month span of time. I guess you could say it started off with a win at DreamHack Leipzig, but ever since then, guys, besides that win, winning a single event this past weekend, that being CS Summit 6, and in doing so, in just 6 months' time, they have gone from number 46 in the world to officially number 1 in the entire world of Counter-Strike. And yeah, it sparked a lot of heated responses out there about this, not only the ranking system as well, ESL also having them number 1, but a lot of people out there saying, oh, it's online CS. They're not the true number 1, but with everything being online right now, I don't care what you guys say, they are number 1. They've made this drastic rise during online CS, and it literally, I had a tweet about this where of course, I can't watch every single event, watched a bit here and there, but just to see the rise, and of course, when it put in front of you, the fact they've gone from number 46 to number 1, the teams in doing so, by the way, I would say pretty impressive. They beat a degraded Mad Lions. They beat Complexity. They beat Mouz. They beat FaZe twice, beat Vitality in the finals. I'm not here to say they are the true official number 1 team in the world because they've only won one event technically in that 5.5, 6 month span, but no other team has been, I would say, consistent enough to take it away from them. I can't take online results too seriously because especially over the past 3 to 4 months when we saw this start, we saw upset after upset after upset as the first transition into online play did come into fact, but it's still, I'm all about storylines, guys. Either way, whether online or on LAN, once we do officially go back to LAN, which still could be a very, very long time. Like, could we possibly have a Big Clan online era if it lasts long enough? I mean, it could be late until next year. What if we have to go online for esports for a year and a half, 2 years? Now, that might be a bit drastic, but who knows where the world is going right now. It's insane to see, especially in Counter-Strike. I think Call of Duty has seen this as well. We saw certain teams doing very well and rising as we hit towards the end of the LAN period, and then all of a sudden we went online, and we have seen different teams take off and do better. So it's just wild, And when I always think about back to Cologne, right? When you think about Big, I think about two things. I think about Smooya and I think about Cologne, the rise of that very, very much, I would say, a snowball effect, momentum kind of team, had that one-off that some people would call it. And speaking of number 1, now they're number 1 in the world with a new roster, newer roster as well. And it's just kind of, it's crazy to see. What if someone out there had just taken a slumber for 3 to 4, 5, 6 months during this pandemic time? They woke up and all of a sudden Big Clan is not only previously topping their previous best rank, I believe number 6 in the world, but they went from number 46 and they woke up and Big was number 1 in the entire world, which, by the way, yes, plenty of people disagree with, but it doesn't take away from the fact of how insane everything is right now in this entire freaking world. What do you guys think about that? I would say another prime example out there of teams we've seen rise, maybe do pretty well, and some crazy differences. Remember when Complexity failed to make the major, and then we got a rerun at that as well, and then they win their first gigantic title? These are just the flip-flop times are going to keep up with Counter-Strike, other esports as well. What do you guys think about that? A tremendous rise of Big Clan. Can they stay on top if we ever get back to LAN? Let's find out. Maybe they can prove all the doubters wrong. Until next time, drink that water. Drink that coffee. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.